also just your review for Trustfile was so great, and I just want to thank you for that.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I also read, I was on your site earlier and read your story behind Fred and Far, and that's just so great. That's such a great concept, and I think that everyone kind of needs that reminder to engage in self-care.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy it resonated with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
So I think everyone is on the call now. So yeah, you have Megan from Hotwire, the PR agency. You have me, Gabby from Avalera, and you have Gail, Jean's editorial assistant, on the line. So just quick agenda run through. We're going to talk about Trustfile for a quick second, and then I'm going to hand it over to Gail to get that good, all of your good advice for prepping for holiday on Shopify. But yeah, do you want to do, I mean, I know what you've already written about Trustfile, but is there anything else that you wanted to add about your experience, feedback, positive or negative?
You know what I love the most about Trustfile is that it was so seamless. You know, a lot of times when you use apps and things that integrate with Shopify, there are moments where, you know, there are hiccups, there are things that don't sync. You need to kind of make sure that your settings are all linked properly. And with this, it was just literally a matter of like 1, 2, 3. It was so simple. And, you know, I actually have had previous hiccups with sales tax filings and, you know, have worked with, you know, the California Board of Equalization to like figure out what went wrong. And just knowing that ever since I started using Trustfile, I haven't had any issues.
Wow.
And a huge relief.
That's so great to hear. And I know that California has a lot of complex sales tax intricacies. So that is so fantastic to hear that you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, in fact, like I was using like an outside financial firm that I still work with, but not for this specific role anymore. And they made a human error, like when they were doing it. And, you know, I haven't had that problem since. So that's been, you know, it's a relief. Like as an entrepreneur of a small business, it's oftentimes difficult to wear so many hats and to be like the creative voice and the business voice and to balance taking care of your customers and taking care of your team, and anything that I can kind of take off my plate and not worry about pays dividends. And so for me, this has been really tremendous and freeing me up so that I can focus on building the community that I'm so passionate about.
Yeah, that is so great to hear. I mean, your cause and your business is so important day to day. So that's fantastic. Yeah. So I'm going to hand it over to Gail now to talk to you a bit about logistics and holiday. So go ahead, Gail.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Melody, virtually.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well.
We start off with just a general question. I already did look at your site for, you know, your business history and description, but in your own words, just in a nutshell, how would you describe it for people reading the blog?
So I started the company very simply because I needed to create a shift in my own life. I was a working mom with twin girls and a lot of people that I was responsible for. And I found that even though I had everything that I had always dreamed of having, I wasn't taking care of myself at all. So I wasn't able to enjoy any of it. And so really, I never initially set out to start a business. I set out to kind of change my own life. And by having a daily reminder and a symbol of this commitment, I was able to really follow through and really transform my experience both on a day-to-day and a bigger picture level. I come from an entrepreneurial background, and when I see an opportunity to help others, I jump on it. And so I, developed this business as a way to empower other women to choose themselves as well, and also to connect with each other, and create a movement of women who are whole and who practice self-love and self-care as a way to not only love themselves, but to love the people in their lives as well. And so that's kind of the backstory behind why I started the company and what the intention of the company is.
Okay, great. Before we get into the holiday information, just a general question about how has the online selling been going for you in general?
The online selling has been really great. I'm constantly amazed by the fact that we live in a time where if you have an idea and you're willing to put it out there and you use all the ample resources that are available to us now on the web, that you can really connect with a global audience. We went in a very, very short period of time from getting maybe one sale a week to getting 100 sales in a day. And those sales were coming from all around the world. And
Wow.
by getting our story out there, we really reached women in countries that especially needed this message. We've sold rings to women in the Middle East, in South America, Australia, and Canada. I mean, all over. And so I'm, just always amazed by how connected we all are at this moment in time. And I think that's very powerful.
Right, right. So what has worked particularly well for you with the online selling?
I found that being very focused in what it is that you're selling and offering something that differentiates you from other people in the marketplace is a way to connect with consumers. I think that consumers have a lot of options, but at the same time, they're also very savvy and they know the difference between when they're being asked to join an authentic, mission-driven company and when they're just being sold a product. And I think more and more consumers are looking to be part of something with their buying behavior. They don't just want to buy from anyone or anything. And that's why every decision we make at Fred and Farr takes into consideration like earning the trust of our consumer. For example, we make the jewelry in Los Angeles. That's always been very important to us because we feel that if we're asking you to make this commitment and this ring is supposed to symbolize self-love, we can't sell you something that's made by someone in a foreign country under questionable labor practices. And so that for me has been really exciting in figuring out how can we serve consumers what they deserve.
Right. Okay. And let's switch gears into the holiday season then. What steps are you taking right now to prepare for the upcoming holiday season?
We're taking a number of different steps. The first thing we did was, review our past buying behavior. We've had one Christmas season, like one holiday season, so we don't have a depth of history, but we are very close to our consumers and we get a lot of feedback from them in terms of what it is they want. So
Right.
we've been expanding our product line because initially when we started the company, we started very deliberately with only one ring. We wanted to be very clear with what it was we were trying to accomplish. And so we started with one ring, and since, reaching thousands of women around the world, we've gotten their feedback and they've been asking for other things. So they've asked for an expanded jewelry collection and they've also asked for some apparel. So we just launched an expanded jewelry collection and added a few new pieces as well pre-holiday to make gifting a little bit easier, because we recognize that, a ring, especially a pinky ring, requires knowing someone's size. And for holiday, that's not always easy if you want to surprise someone. So we've really made an effort in terms of product development to offer a more robust selection of giftable items that still maintain our brand quality and messaging.
Oh, that makes sense. Excellent.
Yeah.
What challenges and lessons have you learned from your last holiday season? And you just had the one. Was there any particular lesson?
Yes, there are two big lessons I think I've learned. One is you cannot underestimate demand. And so having inventory levels that are high enough so that you can ship quickly. The holidays are a very time sensitive period. And so you cannot ruin someone's holiday. So making sure that you have enough product to be able to serve your clients, and also increasing our shipping options. So currently on our site, we have one domestic option for shipping and one international option. We don't typically offer expedited because right now you get either way, whether you do domestic or international, you're getting it within 2 to 3 days. But when it comes to holidays, sometimes people procrastinate, they wait for the last minute, and they really need that overnight option. And so
right.